Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, January 30th, and we are about to see some fireworks here. So, the Fed chair has already been announced. That was quick. Kevin Warsh. And as we know, Kevin Warsh is going to be just like Powell. He is maybe in the short term going to lower interest rates to keep Trump happy, and he is going to offset that with turning the printers on. And so we have an inflation report coming out here in just a few seconds, and we should see a run of this FOMC high off of this fair value gap support down here. We'll see if this shoots up here. And just another example how ICT is amazing at predicting movement and predicting the market based on purely technical analysis only. Make this a little bit easier to see. But basically what we're going to look at here is that this area is holding because this area is fair value. And so if it pierces into it, just to run stops, it will not break 75% of this move. And I just want you to watch this. Oh my goodness, look at that. So you can go ahead and get back long in the stock market and watch this be ran up here, and we are going to be at all-time highs very shortly. As you can see, copper is holding this area here. If it were going to go higher, it would have come down below this area, took everyone's stops, and then retreated higher. Because it did not break, it should go below this prior pivot. Because it did not yet, then likely we'll see a small push take out these stops right here and dump. Our next stop will be around 540 area, 547 area. So that was just purely a speculative bubble, in my opinion. We can double check that here in a second after market opens. But gold is coming back down. It is holding the psychological 5,000 number right now, but silver has already broken down from 100. And yeah, that was a fun little bubble. So we'll see what the stock market does here in the future. But let's jump over to what I was talking about yesterday with the yearly chart. Go ahead and delete all of this. So we know that Jerome Powell extended the ideas of Bernanke and accelerated the printing. The expectation now would be to continue accelerating the printing that Powell did. So can you imagine these bars getting even larger? Let's take a look and see what my prediction of the market is. So as of right now on the 12-month calendar, we know that this is a fair value area, and there is no reason to retrace back into that. This is a fair value area where it went up and down equally. So there is no reason to trade back into that. And now we are creating a fair value gap. And this will be what we trade off of to extend higher. All right, so on the 12-month calendar, and we will go ahead and mark the do this one in white, 2025 high, and I will mark in green, bright green, the 2026 low. And let's see what is going on here. Now this is a 1-year calendar. Obviously we're in the first month, January 30th. So let's narrow it down to a monthly calendar and see if we see anything. So, as we see right now, the 2025 high, we have gone down below it, and we are pushing back above. We also know that this area is all fair value area, so we shouldn't have to trade back into that. Let's narrow it down a little bit more. To this week, we know that from here to here is fair value, and now here to here is fair value. Isn't that funny how that stopped right there at the 75% area? So this is all fair value areas. So now we have a fair value gap between here and wherever it decides to close the week. It could close here, it could close up here, could close down here. We don't know. This candle is not closed yet. But as of right now, it is looking bullish for the next week. Go ahead and make this one green. As of right now, they have swept the 2025 high, and they look like they're going to continue higher on this Fed news because they know the Federal Reserve is printing money. So we can see that it came down. It went below it to sweep stops. It also happened to fill this fair value gap, which is a literal gap in the day. It filled that and pushed all the way up above here. That to me is extremely bullish. Yesterday's massive sell-off that if we want to zoom in here, that massive sell-off that sold all the way off, bounced at this fair value area, and then came all the way back up to close above here. So what do we do from here? We watch where this week closes. We watch SPX 69.45, and as long as it doesn't break that, it's just going to continue higher. So I see for the next year, let's take a look at this here, for 2026, 2026, I would look back down here at, for example, I would look and imagine that this year is going to have the same reaction. 2016, 2017 is just a major expansion higher for 2017, and I would expect another rapid expansion higher for 27. Anyway, that is just my initial thoughts. Of course, so I am bullish on the stock market as of 2020 for 2026, and yeah, we'll see if this even comes back and retests the 2026 low here, and even see. So I probably won't make a whole lot of videos until we start breaking down. If for some reason we get below 6100, that would signal that we are going to come back and retest some of this stuff here and might have a small correction. But as of right now, I don't see any correction coming. I see everyone is fearful, and when everyone is fearful, you buy. As far as gold, silver, those things, the bubble has burst, in my opinion. We'll see another small retracement higher, likely, but I want you to switch back to Bitcoin, because all those profits from Bitcoin are going to, or from gold and silver, are going to flow back into Bitcoin. I want you to look at, this is very interesting to me, that now remember, this week isn't closed yet. Today is Friday morning. This would be the fair value gap that they need to defend. Are they going to close the day, today, Friday, January 30th, above 86,450? And if they do, that's extremely bullish for Bitcoin to run all the way back up here, the next unfair value area. Because remember, this fair value gap we talked about yesterday, where there's only sellers, has now been used because there have been buyers that pushed that up. That means if it goes higher, it's not going to stop there. So let's watch Bitcoin to close above 86,450, and then take a long to go to 126. MSTR is a great example of this exact same pattern. MSTR's last defense was this fair value gap here. So closing above 150 to 152, it doesn't have to be exact, would mean it is going to run back back into this area. There is a small fair value gap, but that would be a target 217. So 143 to 217 would be a pretty good return. HUT is looking pretty wild right now. It can continue higher. IREN is one to take a look at, and I'm not giving financial advice, but IREN has extinguished this fair value gap already, so there's no reason not to return to 76, and ultimately can go higher. These are some ones that I like as far as Bitcoin stocks. I also like RDW. Redwire looks interesting to me. We've got, if the market continues bullish, obviously this would be a forerunner. We've got a actual pattern that it is starting to break out from, and an equal move from here to here. If we take that from where it would break out, is going to land you your $12 stock around $34. So that would be a good risk to reward stock. ENVX, I'm kind of telling you guys in my portfolio, but ENVX has always found support down here and runs up to here at 18. So $7 to 18 would be a pretty good return. And also for 2026, it is looking like it's getting tighter as it comes down. See how they're getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter until the rapid expansion higher would mean that all the sellers are out and the only people left would be buyers. So that could be a massive move higher. DPRO has been taking a few years, but it looks like it could get another pop. It's now trading at $8. We've got earnings coming up, and it could get somewhere into the 40s or 50s. Let's take a look at nuclear real quick. Nuclear is already pretty extended. Keep an eye on nuclear though. If we start getting back down here in this, so as you can see, we talked about fair value areas. This is a fair value area now. Somewhere around there. Basically, you get the idea. So this is a fair value area now. So what have they done? They've swept above it. So I expect it to come back down. But if it does, there is a fair value gap right here that might be potentially a good place to take a long if we come back into this $50 range, the psychological $50 range for URA, uranium, ETF might be a good idea. As far as oil, Venezuela was never about oil, so I don't believe that it's going to do very much at all. If you look at Chevron, for example, we have just made a short run into this to take out these stops of this fair value area. It has swept it, is closing below it. I see oil getting cheaper, which means that might be a good short from there down to take out this low and to take out this little wedge deal here. I just can't see that oil is going to really get much higher with all of this junk over here. There's not really a reason to. It can 170 to 190, but I don't see oil doing that if we are flooding the market with oil. There's a lot more room down here than there is up here. And keep that in mind too. Where is the room to expand? Room to expand is not up here because all of these are sellers. From here to here, this is all sellers. From here down to here, there's not very many buyers. So it has more room to expand lower than higher. That's my opinion on oil. We'll watch this here. This is the NASDAQ. It's a 25,847. It randomly, out of nowhere, held the 75% area of the last prior fair value area at 25,756. And quote me on this, and then you can decide if what I'm saying is just a bunch of mumbo jumbo or not. But would not surprise me if on Monday we're above 26,600. If you have any other questions about stuff, let me know. I'm not really good at making these videos, but it's easier to explain things with charts than make Facebook posts. So any questions, let me know, and good luck in 2026. Looks like it's going to be a pretty bullish year. Probably no reason to pull out your retirement now because it's going to expand rapidly as the price of bread and Coke and everything else skyrockets as well. And your house will go up in value, so that's a good thing. And sorry, Gen Z and Gen Alpha, for ruining your future. Thanks.